The wealthiest people in the world don't look wealthy. They don't chase attention. They don't need approval. Because real status doesn't scream, it whispers. And unless you understand the psychology behind it, you won't even notice it. This is quiet luxury. Quiet luxury is not a trend, it's a discipline. No loud logos, no aggressive branding, just perfect tailoring, exceptional fabric, natural tones. Brands like Corpiana or Brunello Cucinelli don't need visibility, they rely on the quality. In this world, fabric becomes the logo. At first glance, it's just a shoe, but in quiet luxury, nothing is just anything. It's craftsmanship, precision, patience. Every stitch is intentional, every material is chosen, for feel, not for the show. Because value is not performed, it's built. Because true luxury is not loud, it doesn't demand attention, it earns respect, and those who understand it move in silence. Some cars are built to be noticed, they're loud, aggressive, designed to dominate attention. But quiet luxury follows a different philosophy. It doesn't chase visibility, it values control. A car can be powerful without being dramatic. It can command respect without demanding it. Because true status isn't about speed alone, it's about presence. Presence that feels effortless. Presence that doesn't need to prove itself. Inside, everything becomes insulated. Silence replaces noise. Comfort replaces chaos. Privacy replaces performance. And that silence is intentional. The same principle appears in architecture. In the way space is designed. Large windows, open rooms, natural materials. Nothing overwhelming. Nothing excessive. Just clarity. Quiet luxury doesn't fill space with noise. It removes what is unnecessary. Because simplicity is harder to achieve than extravagance. Anyone can add more. Very few know what to remove. And that discipline creates calm. When your environment is controlled, your mind becomes controlled. When your surroundings are balanced, your decisions become balanced. This is not decoration, that's psychology. And what makes it powerful is not what you see on the surface, it's what you don't see. The restraint, the discipline, the refusal to impress everyone. Because quiet luxury is built long before it's displayed. Before luxury is seen, it's built, not in showrooms, not in front cameras, but here, in silence, in patience. Every fiber is examined, every thread is tested, because softness cannot be faked, quality cannot be rushed. At places like Corpiana, craftsmanship is not marketing, it's discipline, it's obsession with detail, machines assist, but precision belongs to the hands. And that's what most people never see. The hours, the refinement, the rejection of anything imperfect. Because quiet luxury doesn't accept good enough, it accepts only excellence. And once excellence is built, it doesn't need to announce itself. It simply exists in open water, quiet spaces, far from noise. Because quiet luxury is not about display, it's about distance. Distance from chaos, distance from pressure, distance from the need to impress. A yacht is not just transportation, it's elevation, control over space, control over time, and time is the ultimate luxury. The same applies to the home, large, open, intentional, no excess, no clutter, just proportion, just balance. Because when your surroundings are calm, your presence becomes calm. And calm is power. Quiet luxury is not about appearance, it's about standards. Standards that most people never see. Because the real difference is invincible. It's in the details, in the decisions that happen behind the scenes. in the refusal to compromise. Most brands focus on perception, but quiet brands focus on process. They ask a different question, not how do we look, but how well is it made. Because true luxury doesn't start in the showroom, it starts in the source, in the material, in the hands, in the discipline behind every step, and that's where a real story begins. Our piano was never built to dominate headlines. It was built to refine materials. Founded in Italy, the brand focused on one principle: excellence in fabric, not seasonal hype, not aggressive marketing. Fabric, rare cashmere, fine wool, fiber sourced from the highest quality origins. While others competed for visibility, Europeana competed for purity. The softness of the thread, the durability of the weave, the balance of weight and movement. Even the smallest detail, a seam, a lining, a finish, is approached with restraint. Because quiet luxury does not rely on decoration, it relies on discipline. Over decades, that discipline became identity, and that identity became legacy. Quiet luxury is often misunderstood. People think it's about money, but money alone cannot buy restraint. Restraint is discipline, and discipline is psychological. We live in a world that rewards visibility. Algorithms reward noise. Social media rewards exaggeration. Everything is louder, faster, more dramatic. But the most powerful individuals move differently. They understand that attention is a currency, and like all currencies, it must be spent carefully. Quiet luxury reflects that mindset. It reflects control over impulse, control over ego, control over the need to impress. Because when you no longer chase validation, you begin to operate from security. And security changes posture. It changes tone. It changes presence. The difference between loud wealth and quiet wealth is emotional maturity. Loud wealth seeks direction. Quiet wealth seeks alignment. Alignment with values. Alignment with long-term thinking. Alignment with identity. When someone wears this logo to be seen, they are communicating externally. When someone wears quality without logo, they are communicating internally. One says, notice me. The other says, I already know. And that confidence cannot be replicated with branding. It's built through experience, through patience, through consistency, through choosing fewer things, but choosing better things. Quiet luxury is not minimalism for aesthetic reasons. It's minimalism for psychological clarity. Less distraction, less noise, more attention. And attention is power. Because when your environment is calm, your thinking becomes strategic. When your positions are deliberate, your identity becomes stable. This is why quiet luxury endures. Trends rise, trends fall, but discipline remains. Legacy remains. And the legacy is the ultimate form of status. Quiet luxury is not about hiding success. It's about being so secure in it that you don't need to advertise it. The loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful. And those who truly understand status rarely feel need to explain it. They simply live it. And perhaps that's the greatest distinction of all. The difference between performance and presence. Performance needs an audience. Presence does not. Performance fades when intention disappears. Presence remains, even in swines. Because true status is not something you display. It's something you embody.